part of my life stories in Soviet Union. That's there's Israel stories and there's Italy stories and there's American stories because I've lived in this country for like 50 years more. Anyway, when we were growing up in Soviet Union, there was a lot of good things about it as far as education. You could pick whatever activity you wanted. You wanted to wrestle, no problem. What style of wrestling? Sambo, Greco-Roman, whatever type of wrestling, boxing, anything you wanted to get into, you had an opportunity to go in and join the club and be there for free. There wasn't a cost to it. It was sanctioned by the government, and it was a very good thing. I mean, if you wanted arts, you wanted crafts, you wanted to chase metal or carve or whatever, you had an avenue to do that. And I wish we had it in this country, but we do not, unless it's paid and it's complicated and this and that. But for kids, young kids, to get supported in whatever their interest may be is a beautiful thing. I wish we had it here, but we don't. But we were growing up, we didn't have internet and we didn't have games on TV and Nintendo and PlayStation and all the other nonsense that our kids are busy with. And my kids have told me many times, "Hey, Dad, I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm so bored." We did not have time to be bored. We were outdoors all the time. Our parents used to scream and yell and get mad at us if we didn't come home before dark or didn't come home for lunch or dinner or whatever it is. Most likely dinner because there wasn't lunch. Lunch was not a big deal. Yeah, you ate dinner, and if you're lucky, you had some lunch if you needed to. But anyway, we used to carve boats, little um, brigantines, and decorate them with little nails and put string around for railing and three sails on each mast and do all kinds of things. We used to play hockey in the wintertime. We would, as soon as it got cold enough to freeze water, we would be out there with our buckets. There was a big yard across the street from my building, and we're in a big city. Riga is a big city. The building that I lived in is one of the nicer buildings today. I can show you pictures of it actually in the apartment that I lived in. And there was a big yard across the street, and there was like 4 or 5 of my friends that we grew up together. We're like brothers, we friends, and we used to run across the street and dump water in this big yard. And the people from the building across the street that had to walk across that yard did not appreciate that at all. But we didn't care. It was whatever. And we were out there with our hockey sticks and makeshift goalposts and playing hockey in the wintertime. In the summertime, we played soccer, played football. That's what it's called in Europe and majority of the world. It's football. You play with your feet. It's you kicking the ball with feet. Football. But anyway, um, we used to make bows and arrows, and there's catacombs. Basically, the basements below the city. The city is so old that there's like we got to 3 levels. Third level was, I mean, ancient. You couldn't get in there. There was only one spot where we got in there, and it smelled really musty and funky, and didn't feel right, and scary. And we got out of there with our candles or flashlights, whatever we had to light our way. But we used to go, make our bows and arrows out of whatever wood that was available to us, and hunt whatever was moving, cats, rats. We didn't care. There was a lot of wild cats that weren't very friendly, and we would go and hunt. So we would make little slingshots about this big. I made really good ones. I used to sell them, and they would fit inside your hand. That slingshot. We would go to a store and stiff some rubber from these German airplane models that you wind up the prop and let it go, and it flies for some time. It was very good rubber. You could take the slingshot is about this big, like that, and you could have a little loop on that rubber, and you could pull it back all the way to your ear. And we used to take little nails, not very thin, like a thicker nail, cut off the head and bend it into a V and launch this little nail. And let me tell you, you did not want to get hit with that thing. I mean, if it hit a brick wall with the points first, because it tumbled as it flew, if you hit it with a point first, it would stick in the brick. Okay, on May Day, which was the parade day down the streets, and everybody walked around with their kids on their shoulders and big balloons above and this and that. This was our amazing day. We would prepare all kinds of this ammunition and a couple of slingshots just in case one broke. And we would be on top of some garages or whatever, so it would be like at the level of the balloons, and we would be popping those balloons. And you know, some men or whoever would get pissed off and chase us. And like I said, we did not have time to be bored. My childhood, no complaints. I had a lot of fun. I thought and created a lot of things to have fun with, which was great. And yeah, I'm going to try to share more of these stories because I have lots of them. I hope you enjoy. I hope you share them or help me to grow my channel. My channel is about theology. I've studied the Bible for now 50 some years, and I understand things that most people don't even think about. And I don't want you to believe me. I want you to go to the Word. That's my purpose, is to have you get interested and curious enough and understand that the only way it's going to open up to you is if you go into the Bible and ask, seek, and knock for yourself. Anyway, love you. Thank you. Check out my channels. There's lots of videos already there. Need your help to grow these channels on YouTube and on TikTok. On YouTube especially. Need your help. Love you. Thank you. Amen. Amen. Amen.